Ian, please. Thank you very much for that very warm welcome this evening, especially for my friend from Donegal. If you know anything about Ireland, and you know anything about Northern Ireland, you will know that Donegal is the most northerly part of Ireland that is in the south. Figure that out for yourself. But anyway, it's a huge honour for me to be here this evening and to say a few words to you about this most important subject and indeed about this most important time. Whenever our friend was struggling with the microphone at the beginning of this, it reminded me of a true story. Several years ago, my father was a member of the European Parliament, and he is known for having a very booming accent and a booming voice. And he was addressing the Parliament, and he was told, a bit like this place, "Monsieur Paisley, you have 5 minutes to make a speech." And of course, 5 minutes for my father is about clearing his throat before he decides to then really get stuck into his subject. So 10 minutes into his 5-minute speech, the President of the European Parliament was shouting at him, "Monsieur Paisley, if you do not desist, I will switch off your microphone." And of course, my father very kindly informed him, "I'm not using a microphone." Can I just tell my friend here, don't use a microphone, you really don't need it. And you'll find that in future, stick to the owl lungs in a room like this. But it's a huge pleasure to be here this evening to say a few words. Now, can I say that as I go through life, I make observations. And observations of people, and observations of what they do. And in particular, observations of habit. And I've discovered if you look at anyone who comes from Wexford, when they drink their tea, they stir their sugar to the right. Absolutely true. Watch this. If you travel a little further to Dublin and you watch people putting their sugar into their cappuccino, you will find that they stir their tea and coffee to the left. If you travel to Free Ulster, you will discover that the men and women there stir their tea and their coffee up and down. Now I ask you this important and relevant question. Why? Why? Well, it's very simple, to get the milk and the sugar to mix so it tastes right. That's why. It's no other reason than that. But the reason why I'm telling you this story is because we have a remarkable and wonderful coalition of interests and people here this evening. Some lefters, some righters, some uppers and downers, but we're all striving for the same wonderful purpose, and that is to make a case, to make a point, to say it whether we're from Ulster or whether we're from Wexford or whether we're from Dublin or Tipperary or Delaware, that we're making the case, and we're making the case, I hope proudly, I hope with conviction, and I hope with feeling and with integrity, because this is a case that is well and worth making. And that is the sanctity of life.
Well done.
Thank you. You can come anytime with me. Now, whenever we think about the sanctity of life, whenever we think about what the psalmist wrote, that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, that we are creation, we are something incredibly important, we are something of value, that even the very hairs on our heads are numbered. What a powerful encouragement and incitement that is to us, that we have something worth protecting. And that is the life, the most vulnerable life, the life of the unborn. And I believe that the remarkable and wonderful coalition of people from across our island that is divided, but it is united on this issue, that we have a cause that breaks down borders. We have a cause that grips into hearts. We have a purpose and a love and a commitment. And I hope that that cause will strike home and will drive home a purpose of our meeting and why we've come here this evening. Indeed, why our colleagues and friends are travelling around the States to say this message. And can I say in closing that I hope each and every one, like the way Maria really wonderfully put it, that we're each in positions that we can reach people that others cannot reach. To my Franciscan friends, I don't think the Pope will listen to me. But I just have a nagging doubt that he won't. Well, you never know. He might want to keep his cards right. But, there's people that each of us will have the ability to reach that I won't be able to reach. I'll be able to reach people who you won't be able to reach. And each of us, therefore, has a divine and wonderful and solid opportunity to actually reach and make this point. Maria will be able to talk to people of her peers and other individuals. You, madam, you, sir, there will be people who you, through your talent and through your opportunity and through your family, you will be able to reach. And I hope that we use that opportunity, that platform, and seize it now. There's a wonderful writer from Northern Ireland called C.S. Lewis. You might have heard of him. Some people have the audacity to think he was English. Others even think he was American, but I'm telling you, he was from just outside of Belfast, and he was a great lad. But he penned some lovely words. In the battle that we are now engaged in, those words have relevance. And this battle line which we are crossing tonight, this battle line on the sanctity of life, this battle line to defend marriage, this battle line to defend and prevent those who would seek to kill people and call it euthanasia, this battle to reduce the age of consent for adults. This battle line is a critical battle line that we cross. And we cross it in unity, and we should cross it in strength. And we should remember that we have to put up this fight and win this fight. And I'm referring back to C.S. Lewis when, I believe it was Peter to Lucy, and that wonderful story that he wrote, that he penned for children. He said, "But courage, child. But courage, child. We are all between the paws of the true Aslan."
Well done, Peter.
We are between the paws of a true and better and stronger purpose than we even know. Have courage, child.
Well done, Peter. Well done, Peter. Well done, Peter. Well done, Peter.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you so much.
Well done.
And I just want to reinforce how incredible this is to have this cross-party, cross-border delegation, everyone united on this issue. I think about Ireland and the Irish in the Dark Ages. Who kept the traditions of the Church Fathers, of the great traditions that were passed on from Christ to the Middle Ages? It was just the Irish. The lights went dark all over Europe. The lights have gone dark on the abortion issue all over Europe, here in the States, in most of the Western countries. And we all look to the Irish. We look to the Irish because they were leaders on this issue. They were leaders on the best care for women, for mothers, for children. They have consistently one of the best records on maternal mortality in the world. And it's not an accident that they have this record, that they have such a tradition of caring for mothers and children, and are pro-life. This is not an accident that they have such a low rate of maternal death.